Hey folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2013 and the Landwehrkanal map, which we are of course doing with the forestry mod and the more realistic mod. So, however, what we need to do right now is get rid of a load of potatoes. Yes, indeed. And those go way over by where our piggies is. So, we're going to head down that way. Because one of the things with this particular root harvester there, that guy, is if you log out and then back in again, or for any other reason, have to stop what it's doing, it sort of automatically reverts back to sugar beet, and it doesn't give you the option to change fruit, unfortunately. Until you completely empty it. Then once it's completely emptied, you get the option. Our little issue with that at the moment is, well, I didn't quite have enough room in the trailer to get the rest of it out. So, once I do, we'll be fine and dandy. So I'm going to go empty this one. Looks good. I really like this little class tractor. It's a really nice bit of gear, and it will actually get this full load of potatoes up to speed. I don't know if I'd want to haul it full of potatoes back up to the farm. It might have a bit of an issue with the super steep hills that are there, but for the most part, it's perfectly fine. Runs really well, and it handles nice too. You don't end up going cuckoo out of control when you go around a corner, which for a lot of them is quite an issue. Even here, I can actually go around the corner and I didn't have to, almost tipped the trailer. But other than that, I didn't have to zig back the other way and hope it didn't oversteer it and back the other way, etc., etc. So, I like it. Of course, I suppose the duals all the way around make it a much more stable platform. But it is a nice mod. So 3:30 in the afternoon. I think this is the third trailer, I believe, of potatoes I've taken. So, and as I say, both the potatoes and the sugar beets. Oh, I hate roundabouts, they make me dizzy. Go over to where the pigs and the sheeps are. So here we go. And this is, of course, our other farm where we keep our forestry stuff and where we have our piggies and where we have our sheep. So, as you can see, we have a little pile of potatoes. And again, because he was generous with the tip points, we can actually get away with dumping it here without having to try and back this big trailer that actually doesn't fit under the roof into that little space. There we go. All done. Another load of potatoes. Perfect. So if anybody was wondering where the potato or beet storage is, I think someone actually asked me, and it was one of those things that showed up in my email box, and when I went to find it on the Google Plus thing, where you can sort of directly link through your... Oh, that's right, you can't actually get out through there. Where you can directly link those things. It didn't show up there, so I kind of lost track of which one it was on. But there you go. Now you guys know that's where your sugar beets and your potatoes go. So happy, happy. There we are. And we'll take this guy back. And I know that's the wrong way around the roundabout, but hey. Seeing as there's absolutely no traffic right there right now, happy, happy. See it? You can see this thing, she does move along pretty good. I imagine if I was using my gamepad instead of the keyboard, it would be actually pretty cool to drive this. But yeah, I do like this mod. This turned out to be a real nice one. And again, I don't have to slow down to 20 miles an hour to make a corner. Or, yeah, 20 kilometer an hour maybe. 20 mile an hour is actually pretty darn fast in these things. Oh, let's make room for the car. There you go. Get back in here and hog up the bridge. Give you an idea where this field is. There's the turnoff that goes up the hill to our farm. And here is the field. So, let's get over here. I don't think I left the pipe out, did I? No. Okie dokie. So let's do that. There we go. Okay. Oops, oops. I thought it was back a lot farther than that for some reason. We'll get this emptied out. See, if I look here, you can see that it gives us a very limited option, but it also says current fruit type sugar beets, even though it actually has just over 1,000 liters of potatoes in it. And like I said, there's no option there to change that until... There we go. Now it's empty, we get next fruit type, previous fruit type. So if we do that, it now says it will pick up potatoes, which is a darn good thing because this is sort of a field full of, you guessed it, potatoes. So we'll have to get this last little bit on the other corner there. Got tired of doing the tiny rows, so didn't like going all the way around, so I thought, well, I'll pick where it goes straight across and get some nice long rows going, which I did. So let's lower this down. We are on potatoes, yes we are. We'll start her up, and we'll carry on harvesting potatoes. Lovely. And I'm not going to finish this on screen. I'm actually just going to go to the end of the row, and then we're going to bounce back up to the farm and have a look at the next project in line. So glad you guys seem to be liking the series. It's I'm still pretty happy with this map. That said, I had a few kind of odd sort of things happen here and there. But other than that, not bad. There's something invisible outside the shop that the occasional machine slams into like a brick wall. And there's a couple of spots where things tend to get a bit bouncy. But other than that, I really do like this. It may well be the last map we play. Well, I'm going to have to see. I'm really seriously considering dumping the mod commander. I don't really like the way it works. You know, the fact that when I actually go into my game files and look at where it's listed under mods, there isn't a tenth of what I actually have loaded for mods listed in the mods. You know, it's like the mod commander puts in like the Albert Teletools and stuff like that, but you know, when you look at all of my tractors, I think there's a couple of New Hollands are listed, and that's it. And there's no MR gear, you know, or actually there's one Forest, MR Forest tractor. So, I'm not sure what the heck it's doing, but I'm not 100% convinced it's an absolutely, you know, fully functional, working perfectly as intended script. So, we'll see. We will see. Besides, I don't think I'll be skipping from map to map for the rest of the 2013 playthrough, so I shouldn't really have to worry about it. Alright, now, I'm going to hope here that, you know what, seeing as it's only a couple of rows, maybe what I will do, rather than take the chance of having to empty this tiny bit out just to make sure he stays with potatoes, I think hired worker will probably do the last 3 rows here without costing us an arm and a leg, because he's not seeding. Alright, let's see how that goes. shall we? And hire us up a worker. Alright, he put the pipe in, but I don't really care about that. Is he picking up potatoes? Yes, he is. Okay. Let's head elsewhere. You'll do. Because here is our calc truck, or calc wagon, with the built-in spreader. I like that, eh? It's got so much lime on the tires, they've just turned white. The whole thing's got kind of a pale white overtone to it. So, do I need the extra tires? Well, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to, pop these ones over here, because I've discovered that seems to be what a good part of the issue is. If these are too close together, that seems to lead to issues. So, let's go over here and assemble. Oh, not quite. Oh, we need to be on the tractor. Assemble the wheels. Okay. Now, there we go. Perfect. Got our dualies up. And see how we make out with this thing. So, here is, let's switch to the trailer. So we can open the protective cover. There we go. Kind of a instantaneous thing as opposed to an actual animation, but that's alright. We have an emptying spout, so what's left in here we can actually poof back into our storage. Currently carrying fertilizer. Why does it say fertilizer? It's currently carrying lime. Well, so we can unfold it. Now I hope that it actually has a little bit bigger spread pattern than that. Woof. There's a puff of whiteness. Wow. Okay, now see, there's what I saw from the pictures where it actually laid this white stuff down on the ground. Cool. Well, this is going to take a little while, because this isn't nearly as wide as, say, the first spreaders, that's for sure. But, hey, that's pretty cool nonetheless. Right on. I have planted wheat in both of these fields. Here, why not? Good enough for the moment, you know. And that, luckily enough, that JCB did the job really well. It seems the cultivator is the only piece of gear at the moment that's just an absolute struggle. And I guess I can see it. You know, that's a ginormous piece of gear. And these hills are anything but user-friendly. So here we are. Alright, well, other than the fact it doesn't have the biggest spread, that's a pretty neat piece of gear. Not bad at all. Oops, getting a little offside here. Oops, getting way offside. Well, I guess you don't have to cover every inch. Oof. Alright, well, isn't that impressive? These rocks are all painted. And oof. The one thing I gotta say though, wow, are we ever burning through it? This was not cheap. Now, I filled a much larger trailer and dumped it, but I have a feeling that that large trailer, which cost us about 20 grand worth of calc, is going to do maybe the two fields. if that's the case, we might be going to ferts. Because I know there are some fertilizer spreaders that actually don't do too terrible a job of spreading out how much you have available, you know? And that looks like that's going to be a pretty pertinent point here. Because I don't particularly want to run out. But as you can see, how quickly this is draining. I mean, we're down to 20% and we've gone around it once. So yeah. We will not be able to go around twice at all. In fact, I'll probably make the top of this hill and she's going to be empty. So, I wonder if it seems to me the other one was a lot more efficient, that Cavernland. And I do believe I have one of those in MR as well. And yeah, we might as well be out, eh? Unreal. Now I might as well finish this tiny little spot, seeing as we got nothing left in the tank anyway. And there we go. That's her. Well, I'm not impressed. No, sir. We might have to just get rid of that puppy. That's horrible. That is just horrible. Do I, in fact? Okay. Yep, I do. I have this guy. So I think we're going to end up switching this. I really do. Because, yeah, we just went through 10,000 liter. So, yeah, unfortunately this is only worth half of what that is. And we're only going to get half of this. So we're looking at another 30k. But I do think I'm going to do that, guys, because I cannot afford to be throwing 10,000 liters on one strip of field. So, yikes, we're about to go drop 30k that I was not expecting. So, no point whining about it, I guess. You might as well just go and do her. Boy, oh boy. Because I know at least the non-MR version, at any rate, the one we were using here on the map, certainly did not go through 10,000 liters in one run. In fact, I believe it has like a 30-meter spread. This has got like a 12-foot spread. Not impressed. Not at all. Just break our way through there. Lovely. See, this tractor, unlike the one we were just in, if you go around a corner really fast, you gotta like, whoa, back and forth like this a few times to get straightened out. Otherwise, you will just simply careen off around the field in the opposite direction you started in. So, that should do her. Yep, that's in the spot. I'm gonna get like 14k, 15,000. Well, that's better than nothing, I guess. And let's buy that. Alright, we're down to less than 50 now. And that'll be waiting for us around back. There it is. Lovely. Okay. Doesn't hold quite as much, but we should hopefully not be burning through the whole thing in next to nothing. Whoa, little bit of a hop. That's okay. I was actually a little too snugged into it. Alright. So we're gonna have to drag her all the way back to the farm to fill her. Yeah, I don't really want to buy more. I'm just saying, I was just thinking that actually right next door to where we are, with the potato planter, or potato harvester there's actually, where you buy your kelp. But no, I bought 30,000 or 40,000 liters of it. I wouldn't mind using some of it before I go looking to buy more. Especially now when we're sitting under 50k. I kinda wanted to go the other way with that, you know? Alright. It's funny, this is going almost as fast as the other. Oh, good, he did finish that little area. Now we just got that tiny spot across the way. And we'll probably have to empty him before he'll let us do it, because it's shut down now. Come on. There you go. Yeah, the big New Holland we had, even empty, coming up there, almost impossible. It would slow down to, I think, 6 miles an hour. And this part, you were sure you just plain weren't going to make it. And on road, you should get really darn good traction in these things. And it wasn't slipping. It was just, it would slow down and down and down and down. And this guy made it up to 20, no problem, hauling an empty trailer. So yeah, I don't know why it was so underpowered for a 200-something plus horsepower vehicle. Alright. We should get much happier with this result. Boop. Am I not underneath it? Tell me I'm not underneath it. No, I'm not. There we go. Now I'm underneath it. So, let's fill it up. Dum, 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 dum. You can see the big pile we had. We're now burning through like crazy. Does this have a cover? No. I'm not sure what the area limitation is, but that might be an actual part of the soil mod. Oh, check this out, guys. See all the chicks? And we have, oops, sorry, I don't need to walk into it. 20 hours, and they will be chickens. Yeah, all about the same, because we loaded it about the same. So there you go. In another 20.5 hours, we will have chickens like crazy. Just crazy. And then we'll do the same thing we were going to do in the non-MR version. And as soon as we hit 100 chickens, any chicken above that, and egg above, well, any chicken above that will sell. The eggs will just keep incubating. That way you actually do end up eventually paying for the incubators. But they're not a real money maker. They're just sort of a, well, we can do it this way. It's a little more different and interesting. So, alright, now I don't think this one actually leaves the white trail, but I think, like I said, that it actually fills a much bigger area. So let's see how we do here. Yeah. Oh, it does leave the white. Isn't that cool? And as you can see, ooh, our tractor's getting a little low. Yeah. See how slowly it's burning through it? Okay, that other trailer was just crazy. That was going to cost us 20 grand a field. Alright, this one will actually probably do all 3 fields. Much better. A little bit of an investment, cost us 30k, but we will make that up within, I don't know, a field or 2. So, I definitely got to put some gas in this tractor. And that's another thing on this map. I will have to get a fuel Bowser, or actually, put one of those portable tanks, fill it, and drop that on the farm. And I think I do have such an animal. A great big one that goes on a 3-point hitch. So, I have to do that. Or I could just simply drive the tractor to the gas station, of course. That is also an option. That should be almost all we need. What have I got? A tiny little spot left? Yeah. That looks pretty neat. It's almost like we've got a light brushing of snow here today. I like that. That is cool. Alright, well that wasn't too much of an effort, was it? Nice. Now I can finish off. I can go up here and do this guy as well. And we are well on our way. Very cool. Well, I think I'm going to call her here, guys. I think we... oops, not all the rocks are painted on. I've got to remember that. I think we've done fairly well. We have only a tiny bit to go on the potato harvest, and it looks like it came up pretty lucrative for a field full of free potatoes. Hey, that's always worth saving up for. So... anyway, I am going to call her here. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please leave a like, do a favorite, comments, the whole bit. It really helps out the channel, gives the series a chance of actually being something. And thanks for supporting the other videos. That's appreciated. Till next time we meet, guys, take care of each other. This has been Species 7 for Farming Simulator 2013. Ciao for now.